What's up, guys?
Why don't you come on a walk with us?
Hey guys, welcome back to this week of the Swashbuckles. We're going to be talking about our vacation vibe, which includes food, fun, and memories, because we just had family in town for, what was it, like 10 days?
10 days.
So, this is what we did.
All right, guys, our first topic of our vacation vibe when we host people is food. We are big-time foodies. We do a lot of different food options. We like to go to a lot of different restaurants. We like to cook a lot of things. So some things that we do as far as foodie stuff goes when we have people here on vacation. We take people to our favorite restaurants. Some of our favorite restaurants eating out include Farlow's, which is a place out on the water that is just a super unique style of food. The two owners come from St. Croix, and the other one is from Kentucky. So you get a real mix of like the fine meats and, you know, the barbecue style stuff and the steaks, the chickens, the stuff like that.
Smoked meat.
Yep, with a little twist of island stuff. So papayas, mangoes, pineapples. Yep, different types of, you know, islandy sauces. So super awesome place. Not only that, but the view is just absolutely incredible out there, and the food is even better. So we love taking people to Farlow's, and that is one spot that we frequent often when people come around town. So Farlow's is one of our favorite places. We also have to do pub subs. If you've ever been to Florida or ever lived in Florida, you know pub subs are a must. It's one of the famous things of Florida.
Superior subs.
Absolutely perfect.
And you have to get the chicken tender subs.
Don't ever sleep on the chicken tender sub. That is hands down the best sub ever. Publix just knows how to do chicken tenders to a T.
Yep, I've tried so many different of their subs just to see if, because I'm a big sub girl as it is, but chicken tender subs is the best one.
I agree. Chicken tender all the way. Pub subs, huge deal. Wings. We are huge wing people. If you've watched any of our videos, you've seen that we not only like to do the wing challenge, we eat wings probably, like 2 to 3 times a week?
Yeah, our daughter's kind of over them, but we love them, and he's gotten his recipe down to a T on the grill. So
they say.
It really helps.
But yes, we love doing wings.
So
we eat wings a lot, and occasionally we do the wing challenge where we do the hot one stuff, which if you watched last week's video, you got to see that with Brad, Mariah, and Jace. That was an awesome one. Other food stuff that we like to do, steaks. We're all steak people. We're steak and potatoes people. So if you watched a couple videos back, we did all the different seasonings on steak and chicken. We found out what kind of seasonings we like to put on our steak, which ones are our favorite. So for Mariah's birthday this past week, we did a lot of steaks, and we tried all these different seasonings that we knew that were amazing on steaks. And I mean, I guess I'm just speaking for myself, but the steaks were incredible. So we love doing steaks. We also introduced Brad and Mariah to Waffle House.
I can't believe they have never been to a Waffle House before this.
I'm telling you. Now, Waffle House, I feel like, is a controversial type of restaurant. You either love it or you hate it. I freaking love it. And if you have not had it, don't sleep on Waffle House, especially at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
That's only when it's good.
Oh, I love Waffle House. So we do Waffle House.
Woodpecker.
Heck yeah. One other thing that we did is a place called Nokomo's, and that's kind of a Florida vibey tiki hut style restaurant. Awesome views, pretty good food. It's like tiki style bar food, you know, sliders, wraps, burgers. Not really like fine dining, but it's more of like great drinks, awesome stuff to just take in the views while you're out there enjoying the Florida life. The sunsets are awesome. It's right on the water, so you get to see the fish out in the bay. When the sun comes down, it's some of the most amazing sunsets, which you're probably looking at right now. But we do love Nokomo's. That's pretty awesome. So that's as far as kind of food goes for us. We do a lot of other things, but those are just some of our favorites that we like to take people around to go see some cool stuff and things that we like to cook for people that we enjoy a bunch.
On the next part of our adventure is talking about fun. So when we're hosting people and we think about doing things for fun, we're trying to be as budget friendly as possible, especially with my family who came with a 3-year-old and a 10-year-old. So with that being said, on Monday, the Ringling Museum in Sarasota is free to the public. So my cousin and I went sightseeing. We went and had some coffee and just walked around the museum for the first couple hours it was open, and then made it back to town before 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Love taking people around town just to see the different island views and see different parks that have palm trees. Palm trees make me so happy. So that's a really big part of sightseeing that I love to take people around, and I feel like my cousin who lived here for 6 years also enjoyed doing the same thing. So it was fun.
A couple other things that we did. We went and did a ton of beach trips and sunsets, especially Florida. That's kind of what we're known for, is the beach, the sunsets. And when people come to vacation with us, that is one of the things that they want to see. So we don't ever argue. We love the beach. We love the sunsets. We love chasing sunsets. When we see the sky change and it's like, holy cow, it's going to be an awesome sunset, we are one of the first people to jump in the car and go. So we never argue with seeing sunsets, and we saw a lot of sunsets while our family was here. We also did some fishing trips. I took Brad out to go fishing with a buddy of mine. Shout out to Justin for getting us out there and putting us on a ton of fish. Brad has never caught really anything but catfish prior to this. So we got him into redfish, we got him into snook, we got into tarpon. Unfortunately, we didn't get the pictures of the tarpon. We lost both of them at the boat trying to lift them out of the water, which really sucked, but we got the whole experience of fighting the tarpon and having the tarpon on the line the whole time. So we did awesome fishing trips.
We definitely took a late night stroll to look at a bridge. Mariah wanted to look at water. And so we just, we live, 15, 20 minutes from a really cool bridge that has awesome views with a little tiki bar around, sandbar near it. So that was something cool that we were able to experience with them. And it's so much cooler to do at night because the weather's just a lot nicer.
Yeah, that's true. We did a lot of pool days. My neighbor Jeff is such an awesome dude, and
shout out to Jeff Clark.
Yep, he let us come over to his pool just about every single day they were here, and we swam almost every day. We have the aquatic center right down the road there, so it's got water slides, it's got a lazy river, it's got diving boards, just fun stuff for the kids. My parents, shout out to my parents for letting us always crash their house whenever we want to, and they have a pool as well, and we are always out there swimming and hanging out at their pool and just having an awesome time at the pool.
Another thing that we did, which we love to do now that we have all the setups for it, is to put the projector on for our movie nights. So we put it on, and we kind of watched too adulty of a movie, so the 3-year-old was running around rampant a little bit, but we ended up putting Bluey on in my bedroom, and he fell asleep and everything was fine. Which was funny though, because his parents couldn't find him. He had fallen asleep in bed with me and Uncle Matt, so.
On the blooper, we got a potential subscriber out here. What's your name, bud?
My name's Isaac.
Isaac.
Pleasure to meet you, dude.
Pleasure to meet you, Isaac. Come check us out on Swashbuckles.
He said, I'm the blooper. And the last thing that we did to have fun on this adventure, and we ended it on Friday night as they left Saturday, we went to a freaking Avril Lavigne concert, and Simple Plan, and We the Kings. So our millennial hearts were just soaring.
Simple Plan is a huge one for me. That is probably one of my all-time favorite bands of all time. I still to this day listen to it. It was never a phase.
It was never a phase, Mom.
I love Simple Plan. We the Kings also, been listening to them since I was 8th grade, maybe high school. So that was awesome. And Avril Lavigne absolutely killed it.
And she's been my number one since I was in literally the 4th grade. And I'll never forget when her first album came out. And one of our friends came with somebody that she introduced me to, and they were a little bit younger. So she was like, I don't really know any of the Avril songs. Do you know them? And it's like, girl, yeah. She's like, so what's your favorite? And I said, Anything But Ordinary. And sure enough, Avril Lavigne ended up surprising us and actually performed my favorite song. So
it was awesome.
That made me super excited.
I was shocked at how many Avril Lavigne songs I knew. She killed it. She killed it. I mean, I can't say anything bad about it. It was awesome. It was one of the best shows we've been to in a while, I think. And I would come see her again if she comes around. All right, guys, the last point of our vacation vibes, stuff that we like to do when people are here, is making memories. We are big memory people. If you follow us on Facebook, she is always making memories by posting all the pictures, posting our videos, capturing the moment of what we're doing and making memories. And we really try to make sure that when people leave our house or when people come to vacation with us, that they get sent home with lifelong memories that they will remember forever. I am a huge disc golfer. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I love disc golf and I'm a huge advocate of the sport. And this whole week, these past 10 days, we have had everybody been practicing disc golf with me. So I constantly go outside and I go putt in the backyard, and I have a basket mounted up in the back, and we did multiple days where everybody was grabbing discs and throwing disc golf stuff and just, you know, learning the sport that I love to do. We also taught the kids some music stuff. I grew up in a music family, and I learned how to play the piano for 13 years when I was younger, and learned how to play the ukulele, and some things that I taught some of the boys. And shout out to Jace. This kid is unbelievable how fast he picks this stuff up. I showed him chords on the ukulele one time, and in about 5 minutes he was sitting there strumming all of the chords. Same with the piano. I played the piano for him a few times, and within 5 minutes the kid was playing the top hand of Fur Elise pretty much flawlessly. So
I think
that was pretty
had
crazy.
Some practice on the piano prior, but
it didn't seem like it.
regardless.
But when I showed it to him, he was quick to pick it up. So that was pretty impressive that we did the music side of things. Another thing that we did that I think made a lot of memories for everybody, not just the kids, was we have this family game that we like to play called blindfold tag. And blindfold tag is where you put a blindfold on, you spin around a few times to get started, and then you pretty much play tag blindfolded. And people are making noises, people are running around, jumping over furniture, hiding behind couches and hiding on couches while people try to tag them blindfolded. Once you tag someone, that person then gets blindfolded, and then you play it again. But it is an awesome game, and it really brings a lot of laughter, and it's a lot of fun. So if you haven't tried blindfold tag, I think we're going to throw up a video right here of us playing blindfold tag. Definitely give it a shot with your kids. It is so worth it.
and with my grandma.
Yep, she was involved.
That was one of my favorite parts. Another thing we really like to do, or at least I like to do, is to get up for the sunrise. So I tend to not do it when I'm all by myself because I like to snuggle with my babies, my husband and my puppies. But when I have company, I love to take people to the sunrise and just have a cup of coffee and watch, you know, the sunrise come up on the opposite side of the beach from where we're at, but you still get amazing sky views from it. So
It is pretty crazy.
it's
And the
awesome.
whole beach is pretty much bare. There's nobody there.
Yep.
The whole beach is pretty much to yourself. So
And the
That's
weather
pretty
is so
cool.
much cooler than the sun sets.
yes,
so
you are not baking in the heat. You're not, you know, uncomfortable because it's so hot, and Florida really is that hot. But yeah, it really, you get the best weather, you get empty beaches, and you get
amazing
unbelievable views. Yep.
So that was a really fun one. So doing that and just having coffee with my cousin and my grandma in the morning was really fun. Another thing that we did that I tend to do in different various ways every time we're together with family is find a cool way to take a family picture. So I saw a TikTok trend last year where you like put the phone down and have everybody look at it and like kind of surround in the middle. So I got a couple different variations of that, and I love doing it in front of little kids because they never know how to react to the camera. So you get 3-year-old Raya coming right up into the camera. That's all you see. It was so much fun. But one of my favorite memories from this trip was the fact that it was 3-year-old Riot's very first time ever visiting Florida and the ocean, which their 10-year-old Jace was actually born here in Florida. So he grew up here for the first 6 years of his life. 4 years of his, 6 years of his life, 4 years.
I think 6.
Anyways, he lived the first few years of his life here in Florida, and he loved being in the ocean, and he kept talking about how it felt like home, and he just wanted to move back. But it was little Riot's first time being here, and it was an awesome time having him around. I don't think he's gonna forget Auntie Chantelli and Uncle Matty Patty.
we did have so much fun. It was awesome having the kids here and having the family here, and it was so awesome. And there were some crazy travel adventures. You want to get into that one? Poor grandma.
Oh my gosh, my grandma. Shout out to Grandma Kim for being a positive trooper the whole time. So she found a ticket for less than $60 to get here, but she missed her plane. So her $60 ticket turned into a total of $280 because she had a $220 ticket to pay for because she said, I'm still coming tomorrow. So she flew out the next day and had a friend pick her up. I was able to get her after work on Friday, which it worked out so smoothly. We had a wonderful trip. And then my dogs got out one of the days that my husband and I were at work. And we're dealing with some stuff with that. And because of that, I had to make a vet appointment for my dogs. And it was today, the same day I had to take my grandma to the airport. So we got a little distracted trying to walk out of the door and left grandma's scooter stroller thing that she uses in the airport and her bag. But thankfully, she has one of those little phone cases that keeps her ID on it and this little pouch that she kept. So even though her wallet is in her bag at my house, her ID was with her when we were trying to drop her off.
Yep. I got a phone call on my way home from work that she and grandma had forgotten their stuff at the house, and that our neighbor, shout out to Jeff again because he is just the best neighbor, that Jeff was coming all the way up to the Sarasota airport, which is an hour away, to drop off grandma's things because they left them at the house. So I ended up meeting Jeff in Venice and picked up all the stuff and was racing back to the airport when I get a phone call from grandma that the airplane is boarding early and everyone is already on the plane and they were waiting on her and they couldn't wait anymore. So they boarded her and she flew back to Ohio without her walker and without her bag of stuff. So we now get to ship it back up to her to make sure that she gets it in time because it has some of her medicine and some of her important credit cards and stuff in there. So that was a super crazy adventure, but really thought I was going to make it to her in time for her to grab the bag and get on the plane, and plane boards early. But she made it back home safe. Brad, Mariah, and Jace and Raya got home safe. Shout out to them that they get a new house this week. They actually close on their house, I think today. If not today, tomorrow they close on the house. But they will be starting a new chapter of their life in a new house, which is so cool. The pictures look absolutely amazing, and I'm so excited to go up next month and go check it out once it's all ready to go and they're living in it. So can't wait for that. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's video, the Swashbuckles. We had an awesome past 10 days with our family, and we really did make a lot of memories. We had a lot of fun. We ate a lot of food. But overall, it was the greatest time spent with family, and it was so awesome. So we hope you enjoyed this week's video. Don't forget to come check us out next Tuesday for another Swashbuckle adventure. Stay tuned for the nature moment of the week. You're going to like this one. All right, guys, our nature moment of the week this week is a great blue heron. We were out sitting by the pool just looking at the pond when we saw this heron pluck an eel out of the pond. I apologize that the quality is a little bit blurry. We actually recorded this video through the screen of the pool, so that's why it's not 100% clear for you. Fun facts about great blue herons: they're very skilled hunters, primarily feeding on fish, but also eating amphibians, reptiles, insects, small mammals, and even other birds. They're known to swallow fish that are much wider than their necks, and they've been observed to sometimes even catch small birds while in flight. When these birds mate, they often interlock their beaks and do a tango-like dance. One last fun fact for you: these birds have specialized chest feathers that continuously grow and fray, which they actually use to comb with their middle toes, acting like a washcloth to remove fish slime and oils from their feathers. As this great blue heron finishes up his meal, if you watch closely after he swallows the eel, you can actually see the eel wiggling down his throat as he can kind of drink some water in order to help push him all the way down his throat. But you can literally see the eel wiggling in his throat. Well, hey guys, thanks for hanging out with us on another episode of the Swashbuckles. We'll see you next Tuesday for another Swashbuckle adventure.